Guys, I'm Billy Mack. I'm Billy Mack. Welcome back to my garage. So in the last video, I told you guys that I'm going to give you a quick update of where we are on the car, and here we go. This is just gonna be a quick video showing you how far we came and what I am doing right now. So here we go with the interior. As you can see, I ran all the brake lines inside the car, so we'll hide them in the engine bay, and it's a little bit more protected, just in case the drive shaft spins out and doesn't cut the line. E-brake, I got all new e-brake cables. That's all set up. Just gotta run the rear brakes. I just got my axles back and they're in. New brake pedal. I have a new gas pedal coming. Seat has been mounted. Cage is in place. And I lizard skinned the whole floor, roof, and sides, and firewall. Everything that I could. There's a strange strut with a Viking coilover on it. Up front, we have the Codion front end, obviously. I did have everything painted up here, but we did change the color, and I have everything primed, blocked. Now I'm just doing a final sand. Then I gotta clean everything out of the garage as I had been putting stuff away for the winter. And I'm gonna spray this car right here, just to show everybody you can get a quality paint job in your own garage with the right prep. So under here, everything has been mounted. There's your e-brake cable, the new ones. All the upper and lower control arms are new. Spherical bushings, anti-roll bar. Everything underneath is all lizard skinned and painted. Okay, back here in the trunk, I did make myself a full floor. Fuel cell is not mounted, but it's in place where it's gonna be. I just have to mount the strapping. But I've been doing a lot of the body work. I have to cut this out. This is where the battery is going to sit. So I'm gonna cut this section out and I'm gonna make a floor right over to the edge here and go from there. So like I said, all this floor is all reinforced, framed, and I just threw the holes in it, kind of make it look cool. So as I said, I gotta do some finishing sanding on the car. 600 grit wet sand is what I am finishing it with the primer, and then I'm gonna hit it with the paint. You guys will see in the video that I do paint the car what color it is. So everything from here, everything back here is all gonna be painted the same color. The interior is, it's black. It's gonna be carpeted and covered up. And I'm not going to worry about getting paint in there. I do have to finish painting my roll bars and or my roll cage and get that all finished up. After we're done doing the body, the actual shell of the car, then I'm going to take each door and take it apart, do the body work on the doors, paint them, put them back together, all new trim, all new moldings. And then I start with the front end. I'm looking to install the Outlaw front bumper valance. It's just tough to get them because I am in Canada and shipping is crazy. So I have to wait for that. And then we go to the hood. So the hood I had to do a little bit more work on because when I did try to fit it on the front of the car, it just didn't fit.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
So I had to add some fiberglass and go from there. So for right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit more of this sanding. You guys can watch me in this speed lapse. Let's go. All right, so the majority of the car is all blocked and wet sanded. Normally you wouldn't use sandpaper in your hand, but this car was originally blocked with long blocks, so it was nice and smooth. I just went over it lightly with a wet 600 just to give it a little bit of, of a sheen, a little bit of a finish, try to get any heavy scratches out that might be in there. The color that I'm going with, it's a little overkill to do this, but I figured I might as well do it anyway. So over on this side, the fenders are rolled, can't really see, and bed linered on the inside and sealed. So everything in here looks relatively new and pretty. I am gonna drop the rear end because it did get some primer on it. I'm going to give it another quick coat and clean it up some. I have to actually mount the axles, but I'm gonna clean them up as well. I gotta paint the brakes. So there's still a little bit of work to do back here, but for the most part, it's already done. Rear brake lines all ran, e-brake lines are ran. So because I'm running coilovers, this mount is too high. I'm going to have to cut it and drop it, flip it. Whenever I pull the rear end back out, I will do that. All right, so up here you can see how I ran the front lines inside the firewall. And then whenever I'm ready to run the brakes, I'll just make my fittings there. Up in the front, kept it pretty clean. 2 lines into the firewall. I'm gonna have to get a grommet for there. All here has to be sanded and then ready for paint. So I will have to take the front end apart somewhat. So a little bit more on the brakes. There's our line lock. So the front brake line goes into the line lock. It then splits off to 2. This is the rear brake comes back into a proportioning valve that I want to keep inside the car to make it easier. My shifter's going to be here. So hopefully I can make all that work there, and then very clean into a little hole and then into the back brakes where it tees off. Okay. So let's skip ahead a little bit. This section here I just finished. That's where the battery is going to sit. It used to have the hole there for the filler neck for the fuel tank. So I got rid of that to make it flat and make it easier to put the battery. Okay, so in the car, it's pretty well done. I put the bed liner on the cage. Can't really see it. Touched up any spots that needed to be touched up. Now I'll spray the cage, give one good cleaning on the inside, and then start masking up. Give another quick go over of the exterior, and then sand out the front, remove the brake master cylinder, get rid of the top part of the struts and the camber kit, and I'll probably just mask off the bottom here, get it all sanded so I can get to spraying. My buddy John was over this evening and he did up a template for here. There is a reason why I kept this open, because down the road I might want to put a hinged hood, but he did up a template. He's going to make a couple of pieces to cover here out of aluminum. They should look pretty cool, and I'll let you guys see those when they're ready. As far as over here, the cleaning's coming along. I put everything over to the side, got rid of all the junk that was in the middle. All this stuff here still has to go, and then a good sweep. We'll get the car up a little bit higher, give a good sweep down here. I think I'm going to remove some of the suspension and do some more paint work on the suspension and brakes. So that's where I'm at right now. I got to get back to work. So like and subscribe, guys. I'm Billy Mack. Welcome back to my garage.